Title: ARD vs UPS for elevators. Which backup system do you actually need? Hook: when people talk about elevator backup power, one common question is, can I just use a UPS to keep the elevator running during a power outage? It sounds logical. After all, a UPS keeps computers, networks, and other electrical systems running when power fails. But elevators are different. In most building projects, an elevator ARD and a UPS are not direct replacements for each other. They solve different problems inside the building's emergency power architecture. So the better question is not, which one is better? The better question is, what emergency power strategy does the building actually need? Main explanation: let's start with ARD. ARD means Automatic Rescue Device. An elevator ARD is mainly designed for controlled passenger rescue during a power interruption. If the elevator stops because normal power is lost, the ARD helps coordinate rescue operation. It can support emergency movement, control the low-speed operation, leveling confirmation, and door release, so passengers can exit safely. The goal of ARD is not long-term elevator transportation. The goal is safe passenger evacuation under abnormal electrical conditions. Now let's look at UPS. UPS means Uninterruptible Power Supply. In elevator systems, UPS infrastructure is usually used to maintain temporary electrical continuity for selected control and monitoring circuits. This may include PLC logic, controller stability, relay coordination, communication systems, monitoring infrastructure, alarm transmission, and emergency control circuits. That does not automatically mean the UPS can power the main elevator traction motor. This distinction is critical. Why UPS usually cannot run the whole elevator? A standard UPS is usually not designed to keep a complete elevator running. Normally during a long power outage, full traction operation requires much more electrical power than control circuits. Elevator motors, especially in high-rise buildings or high-load systems, create much larger power demand than typical UPS systems can support continuously. So in many elevator projects, UPS support is used for control continuity, not sustained traction propulsion. In simple terms, ARD helps move the elevator for rescue. UPS helps keep selected electrical systems stable during the outage transition. For example, UPS support may prevent controller restart, communication interruption, relay instability, or monitoring system shutdown during a short power fluctuation. This can be very useful in modern digital elevator systems, where a controller reset may delay recovery after power returns. Large building emergency power sequence: in larger buildings, emergency power coordination often involves more than ARD and UPS. A typical power failure sequence may look like this. First, utility power is lost. Second, UPS systems temporarily support selected critical circuits, such as PLC logic, monitoring, and emergency control infrastructure. Third, emergency generators start. Fourth, ATS equipment, or automatic transfer switches, transfers selected building loads to emergency power. Fifth, designated elevators follow the building's emergency transportation strategy. In some high-rise buildings, hospitals, airports, hotels, and transportation hubs, only selected elevators may receive emergency priority, while others remain unavailable until generator power becomes stable. This is why elevator backup power is not just an elevator equipment question. It is a building emergency power architecture question. EKCNE example. EKCNE's ARD versus UPS technical guide explains this difference clearly. In the guide, ARD systems are described as focusing on controlled passenger rescue during power interruption. UPS systems are described as supporting temporary electrical continuity for control, monitoring, communication, PLC logic, and relay coordination during outage transition. The article also explains that modern buildings often coordinate other systems, UPS infrastructure, emergency generators, ATS switching, and selective elevator prioritization together. The useful engineering point is this: ARD and UPS are not competing technologies. They work at different layers. ARD addresses rescue movement. UPS addresses control continuity. Generator and ATS systems address broad building emergency power supply. Buy a checklist before choosing an elevator backup strategy. Building owners and engineers should ask, is the building low rise or high rise? Is passenger rescue the main priority? Is control continuity also required? Does the building have an emergency generator? How long does generator startup and ATS switching take? Which elevators need emergency priority? Are we dealing with a new project or modernization? Does the old control system support modern backup coordination? These questions matter because older elevator systems may have relay-based controllers, aging rescue batteries, limited cabinet space, or control logic that does not integrate easily with newer emergency power systems. Conclusion: so which is better, ARD or UPS? There is no universal answer. If the priority is controlled passenger evacuation, ARD is usually essential. If the building needs control continuity, communication stability, monitoring support, and a smoother generator transition, UPS infrastructure can also be valuable. In large or complex buildings, the answer is often not ARD or UPS. It is RD. UPS generator coordination, ATS switching, and a selective elevator priority working together. For more details, EKCNE has published a technical guide here. https://facnilift.com elevator, ARD versus FE.